Hello and welcome to a very Hawaiian episode of the Pumpkin Patch Show, starring me, Pumpkin Patrick. And today we got some pretty cool items here. I've been collecting them slowly but surely, and I figured I could show them off and I could probably give them a little bit of a review as well. So what we have here are a bunch of Geeki Tikis, and I think you know where I'm going with this. We have Cardboard Man. That's not right. It's actually Count Chocula. You take this little thing off and there you go. He's right there. Count Chocula Geeki Tikis. I don't even want to take these guys out of the box. They could have just gone with the simple box. They did decide to actually have them in a display case as well. And it's reminiscent of an arcade machine. He looks beautiful. That brown tone is just, it's perfect. But I just want to eat some Count Chocula out of this guy. Oh, I can't, dang it. Am I gonna have to, oh, I think I'm gonna have to open these. Got some styrofoam. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, I'm glad I took this out because I have not actually looked at this whole thing 360 yet. And it's cool, it's got the cape back here. It's not too heavy. It makes a good echo. That was an accident at first, but then I just kind of went with it. No, I'm really happy with this. Should I keep him out? I'm going to keep him out for now. Up next, we have Frankenberry, his best friend in the whole world, Frankenberry. And if you can't tell, he's actually bigger. And I'm going to do a size comparison here as well. But again, they went with like that. This color right here is the color of the cereal in glossy tiki mug form. Pull this guy out. Ooh. His back is a little bit more plain, but the chains are represented, his eyes. You got his pressure gauge, and you got the whistle over here. And just to show you how much bigger he is than Count Chocula. Okay, so he's not that much bigger, but he is bigger. But he looks good. He's got his smile on. His eyes are even closed. Both their eyes are closed, I'm noticing. But yeah, he looks really good too. I love the color they chose to go with this because it's perfect. And next up is, of course, Mr. Booberry himself. This one, I wasn't really sure how I felt about the color choice at first, but then I kind of got into it. I think it would have been cool to make them all blue with the white accents, but instead they made them white with blue accents. And he's actually smaller. If you look at this, he's smaller by a good amount too. Size comparison, much smaller. And it does appear that these guys all like giving thumbs up. So, and I can see on the back side here, they actually did a cool little ghost tail. I just want to grab a box of Monster Mash and have a party right now. That's pretty cool. These are the original 3. But we're going to keep going because I got those last year. This year, they actually released the other 2 cereal monsters. And Fruit Brute is up next. And he has an even bigger box than Frankenberry, which he actually has a lot of dead space in there. So I think they probably didn't need to make the box as big as they did. Yeah, that's kind of weird. If you look at this, he's a little bit shorter than Booberry. He's like a little bit wider than Frankenberry, but his box is the biggest. Oh, I like this idea. So if you look in there, there's green. Now, the original cereal flavor was more of a lime. I feel like that's properly represented in there. It's hidden, but it's there. I think it would have been cooler if they went with a couple more colors on here because he's Fruit Brute and he's got rainbow suspenders. Not suspenders, he's got a rainbow jumpsuit. And on his backside, he actually has his outfit. Again, it's very plain in the back. So I'm at least glad that they went a different color for his sleeves as well as his face and his ears. So I'm digging it, but I don't know if I'd say he's my favorite. And then up next is Fruity Yummy Mummy, or Yummy Mummy. Okay, he's about the same size as Booberry. This has a little bit of residue on it that I feel like it wasn't properly cleaned. Ooh, on the inside it's purple. He's got purple wrapping, pink wrapping, and yellow wrapping. So it would have been cool if they went the route of actually giving him more color, but they didn't. But this is pretty cool. He's actually holding a bowl of Fruity Yummy Mummy, and he's got a spoon too. And I didn't point this out either, but Fruit Brute appears to not be giving a thumbs up. He's got like a rawr kind of thing he's going with his hands. So it's kind of cool that they chose to go a different route with these guys, even though I see they still snuck in the thumbs up. But he's white with yellow accents, and He's got like purple eyebrows and purple eyes as well. So again, they gave him a very plain back here. I'm not sure why they decided to just kind of go flat. But so now we have 4th and 5th of the cereal monsters. I feel like they need a little bit more color represented in there. So I guess if they're going to have to limit their colors, I guess they went with the right colors to go with. I guess we're just going to keep going because I got a couple more here. You know, something's been bothering me for the last 30 years or so. I didn't know what it was at first, but somewhere around like 2013 when all the monster cereals were released, I was so into it at that time. I could actually show you my collection of cereal boxes here. But I was so happy that that happened. But it's also been 8 years since that happened. It's now the 50th anniversary of the monster cereals. And I always felt like there are 2 monsters out there that have not been represented in cereal form. I have 2 special guests here that really want to be included in the monster cereals. And the first one is the creature from the Black Lagoon, also known as Gillman. He's a fan favorite. He's kind of been my favorite for the last couple years, and I did create a cereal representation of him. I have the picture right here. The Cruncher from the snack legume, and legume is a peanut, so it would be a peanut flavored cereal. He would be the star of it, and he would be a mix between the creature from the Black Lagoon and a peanut. I'm gonna take this guy out. I recently acquired this one, and I'm very happy I did because I noticed that his stock was very low. They did a really good job on this too. He's got the gills. I got him here as a special guest. And then who else? Who's the other person here? We know who it is. It's the bride of Frankenstein. So once again, we have a universal monster who's not represented in the monster cereal world, and the bride of Frankenstein is a very important one, and she needs to be represented as a cereal as well. I'm not sure on what flavor she should be. I was thinking maybe banana because she's bride of Frankenstein. Frankenstein is represented as Frankenberry, so things that go together well are strawberry, Frankenberry, and banana. I thought, oh, that might be cool because they're married and they would make a good cereal together maybe. But then I saw other people on the internet were doing like, I think it was raspberry. I don't mind that. But then when I got this tiki, I thought, oh man, what if she was grape flavored cereal? There's no grape flavored cereal that I'm aware of. The Bride of Grapenstein, that might be cool. I kind of like that. I like grape. Grapes are great. But I kind of like the purple look, like to see her in like the all white and then maybe have like, well, almost like Marge Simpson-y looking hair, but it's grapes. So I thought that might be a cool route to go. What do you think? If these 2 guys got a monster cereal, what would you want the cereal flavor to actually be? What would you want the theme to be? Again, I'm sold on my idea for the Creature Cruncher from the Snack Black Lagoon Yume. And I think with Captain Crunch's peanut butter crunch cereal being as big as it is, I think that would actually be a good route to go. Now, the bride, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, everyone. And then we have one more special guest. He's not necessarily Halloween themed, but he is cereal themed. And that's Lucky here. And I've actually yet to open this box at all too. There's a few other ones here. There's the Trix Rabbit and Sunny the Cuckoo. I don't know why they went this route, but it's still Geeki Tiki's. But they went with the full box. I thought that these other boxes were awesome because you can keep them in their box and you can display them at the same time. Okay. He's kind of Halloween themed. He's horror themed because there's a Leprechaun movie. Wow, he looks really cool. I got him because it was pretty much going to be free. He's red on the inside. Good choice. Green on the outside. Gold accents. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting him to be this cool. I almost didn't actually get him. Is that a scarf? Does Lucky have a scarf? Is this something I never knew? Oh boy, okay. If you look at the bottom here. Okay, let's see. Okay, heart, stars, horseshoes, clovers, and balloons, pots of gold, and rainbows, and the red balloons. But they're all represented on the bottom here, and they even gave more detail on the back. See, this is what I'm talking about. I actually like that they did this. And the other ones were all very plain backed. And they chose to give him a scarf, which I didn't even know he had. Maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention. He's got the 4-leaf clover on his hat up there. He's really cool and he's really cartoony looking too. So he looks good standing right next to Count Chocula. So we have Count Chocula, and aside from some negative points on the plain back, I gotta give this guy a 9 out of 10. And then coming up next is Frankenberry, and again, plain back, but the sculpt, everything about this is amazing, and the size is really good in comparison. So I'm gonna have to give this guy a 9 out of 10 as well. And then moving up, we have Booberry, and Booberry, he's smaller. I wasn't sure about the color of the accents of making him white with blue accents. They went a little bit further with him, and they gave him a little ghost tail back here, so the back is not as plain. He's gonna get a straight 10 out of 10. Coming up next is Fruit Brute, and Fruit Brute, he's got his old lime flavor represented. He's lacking a lot of color. I'm glad they didn't go with the thumbs up again, even though I didn't really necessarily mind it. The back, they're giving the details of the overalls, but the back is very plain. I'm not sure I like the choice of brown they used. The sculpt is really good, but I'm gonna have to give this guy an 8 out of 10. And then we got Fruity Yummy Mummy. I feel like the colors are a little lacking. I don't think I would have gone with the yellow, but the choices are pink, purple, and yellow. So maybe yellow was the right route to go. They gave him purple eyebrows, so that's pretty cool. But I still feel like he needs pink in there. I like that he's got the bowl of cereal, so we're gonna give this guy a 9 out of 10. With the Gillman, we're gonna give him a straight 10, just because he looks great. They gave him a little bit more detail in the back, so I'm definitely digging that. And he's got a good pose. He's got a good face too. And then Bride, I really like the color. They kind of went with a different shape for the cup here. This is more of an oblong oval than it is a circle. She's got a very plain back, but she kind of has a plain back. She's got a dress on. Plus, they did represent the hair up here. I don't know what more they could have gone with this route, so I'm gonna have to give the Bride of Frankenstein 10 out of 10 as well. And then coming up on the rear, we have Lucky, and he might be the best sculpt of all of them. If those guys are 10s, he's definitely a 10. He's maybe an 11. The gold is really cool. The face, the mold, everything is awesome about this. Again, I don't remember the scarf necessarily. The heart, stars, and horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons are all represented on the bottom here. I'm a fan of this, and my only gripe with him is his box, which is a shame because he might be the best looking piece. 10 out of 10. It's just like on my shirt. So that is the end of this Hawaiian episode of the Pumpkin Patch Show. I hope you guys enjoyed the collection I got here. I know I do. I can't wait to actually display them. But until then, I guess I will just have to glance at them from a box, from time to time. Don't forget, you can like these videos. You can like them on Facebook, but you could also like them on YouTube, which would be preferable. You can share the video, you can subscribe to the channel, and you can follow us on Twitter at JackMyPumpkins, and you can also just have a very monster cereal tiki Halloween. Is that a good closer? I guess we'll never know.